Capricorn, last but not least, how you doing tonight? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. This one is going to be for Monday, June 9th through Thursday, June 12th, okay? That's the whole deal. I'll be back on Wednesday with your bonus readings to get you through the weekend. And that's it. We're just going to see what Spirit wants to bring up. It's whatever they feel like we need to know about, right? Or where your energy's at. All right, this one's for my Capricorns. Let's see what we got. We're starting with the Fool, followed by the Eight of Wands, and then the Justice card. So this is your recent past or your backstory going into the reading, okay? Currently, I have you with the Hermit, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. In the near future, I've got the Tower, the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck for this reading is actually Temperance. So the undercurrent to this entire reading, or the fiber holding it together, is all about temperance, which is basically about patience. Patience and balance, a sense of healing, but more than anything, it's about patience, okay? The card at the center of your read is the Six of Swords. So from almost every direction, it plays into the equation, kind of like the center spot in tic-tac-toe, kind of, right? Six of Swords is all about your life existing currently with too much chaos, too much uncertainty, and it's starting to affect you. So you need to steer your life either off onto solid ground or at least into calmer waters. So that's kind of the vocal point here, right? All right, let's see how they both play in when we get going here. So let's start with the recent past. I have the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and the Justice card. Okay, so looks like you took a leap of faith towards something. Looks like you took the leap of faith without a whole lot of forethought into this. The communication seemed on point. It seemed good. You jumped. That was that, okay? You felt as though it was possibly justice for unjust things that had happened to you in the past. So it looks like you jumped into a friendship, relationship, or job, but you did it very quickly, okay? And it felt good, so you went with it. You felt like it was justice for things that had happened in the past, maybe. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we're past that. I tell people we can't change it because it's already happened. In this case, it looks like it felt pretty good, so we're not going to worry about changing it anyways. Feels good. But however it's playing out is what's affecting the rest of the reading, okay? So it looks good there. Okay, where are we going next? Now we're in the current. So currently, something's happened because now you are trying to pull your energy back out of this situation, not to leave. You're trying to reassess it. Something happened that made you uneasy, so you're trying to reassess the situation and shed light on it, make sure it's something you still want to be invested in. Okay. Seems what made you uneasy is a level of uncertainty that you found unacceptable. So for some reason, something has happened that triggered you so that you didn't feel safe and secure in this dynamic anymore, or for a minute. So that's why you pulled your energy back to reassess it and make sure it's still something that's safe. That's how it looks. Whatever the uncertainty is, for some reason, it threatens your independence, is what you're fearing, it looks like. There's been some kind of something's happened that triggered you to fear that your independence was at stake, or that you could lose your independence. I don't know. You're having to exhibit a great deal of patience with the situation as a whole. Maybe what this is the other person is holding on to their independence rather than coupling, right? Rather than allowing you in or something. And you're having to exhibit a great deal of patience while you wait for them to get on board or something. Or they're doing vice versa, something like that. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay, where am I at on time? Okay. Which way is this going? Maybe you're both floundering, right? Both of you are like on the fence. It's like to take the next step forward would mean you'd have to totally commit, and both of you are not sure. Or you're waiting on the other person to do it, but if you're both waiting on the other person, somebody has to go first, right? Okay, in the near future, what do I got? The Tower, the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Remember, I just told you somebody has to go first. There is a lot of ego here. A lot. I don't know if something happened that set everybody off, and now nobody wants to be the first one to say they're sorry. You're not speaking. Nobody wants to be the first one to reach out. It's something along those lines. Yeah. There's a tower right here because both of you felt like this was built on a solid foundation and now it seems to be crumbling. It's crumbling because nobody's willing to, bite the bullet and be the first one to come forward. There's definitely a sense of loss and regret coming towards you should it play out the way that it looks like it's headed right now. Mind you, tarot is supposed to be here to tell you where your life is headed on the current trajectory. If you don't like the answer that I give you or the reading that I give you, you have the opportunity to try to change things if they're in their future. So somebody could definitely step in and try to change the outcome here if they wanted to, but the way it stands right now, it looks like there's a tower falling with a huge amount of loss and regret attached to it. And then the Ace of Wands, this is a lot of resentment and anger building up. Okay, behind Temperance, what do I got? The Eight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords is being stuck in your head and restricting, your thoughts are restricting your actions. It's like you've locked yourself into mental prison and you won't let yourself out. With the King of Pentacles is slow moving and very proud and not very wavering in they're rigid in their thinking, let's just say that. They're not real big on compromise. I feel like you're both in that position. I've got the Seven of Cups, the World card, and the King of Wands. Both of you have options, okay? It's not like either one of you is stuck in this or anything. You both have plenty of different directions you could go in. Both of you want to go in this direction with each other, but somebody's going to have to come down off their high horse to make that happen. Right now, as it stands, this cycle looks like it's going to close out. Part of the problem here is that everybody wants to lead. Nobody wants to follow. I have two kings here, so it's like you're both standing in your masculine. You can keep your independence and still stand in your feminine, but both of you are standing in your masculine right now, and there's no yin and a yang to that. You know what I'm saying? It's all one way, right? Somebody has to lead and somebody has to follow in any good relationship. In a great relationship, there's an ebb and flow to it, right? It goes back and forth. In this relationship, it looks like both of you are standing very staunchly in your masculine. For what that's worth. Okay, 3 more, and then I got to do the days of the week. I've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Chariot. There's going to be an opportunity for you two to pull this together. But if nobody has changed or altered anything, then, it can't go anywhere. And it's because y'all aren't seeing everything clearly. Everybody's only seeing things from their point of view. Nobody's willing to compromise and see from the other point of view is what the issue is here. With the Chariot, there's going to be forward motion. You know what I'm saying? It's just, is it going to be forward motion that the two of you, come together on, or forward motion alone? That's yet to be seen. That is something where y'all get to decide for yourself, but there you go. What do I got? Monday, I've got the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. You are incredibly conflicted on Monday about something you felt like was going to be your emotional fulfillment. Tuesday, I've got the Queen of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. Don't be fooled. You are a version of home to this person. They can be a version of themselves when they're around you. They can't be anywhere else. I mean, you make them comfortable in a way that they are not used to and that they can't find elsewhere. But there's a lot of heartbreak there too. Wednesday, I've got the Star and the Wheel of Fortune. Both of you are still hopeful on Wednesday. Everybody's trying to build up the hope that maybe they can fix this. It can work out. The Wheel of Fortune is trying to spin in y'all's favor. And Thursday, I have the 6 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. It's possible Thursday one of you could decide to break the silence or bite the bullet if you decide this is really what you want. With the 6 of Pentacles, if you were to do that, then I believe there will be instant reciprocity, meaning that as soon as you jump, then the other person will jump in after you. But if you don't jump, they're not going to jump either, is what I see. So truly in this situation, the ball is in y'all's court. I mean, each court, but your court right now. You just got to decide what you want and how bad you want it. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I got here. All right, that is what I have for you this week. I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings. If anybody's looking for a private reading, send me a message. I'll get you the details. I will never reach out to you first or solicit you for a reading unless you send me a message first, okay? Please, don't get scammed. All right, y'all. Go out and make it a great week. There you go. Thank you.